Welcome back to Bear's Take. Today, we're peeling back the curtain on something that lurks in the shadows of trading: addiction. You might think you're just riding the highs of the market, living off that adrenaline rush from a quick scalp or a long-term hold. But what if I told you that thrill could turn into a dangerous obsession? One that sneaks up on you, draining more than just your bank account. You ever catch yourself placing trades just because you need that hit of excitement, even when the setup is garbage? You say, just one more trade, but it's never just one, is it? It's a slippery slope, and trust me, it's not as glamorous as those Instagram trading gurus make it seem. So, are you actually in control of your trades, or is trading controlling you? Let's find out. Now, let's be honest here. Trading can be exhilarating, right? That feeling when you hit the buy button and the market starts moving in your direction, it's hard to beat. It's like a mini dopamine rush, and before you know it, you're hooked. You're checking your phone constantly, refreshing the app, waiting for that green number to go higher. And when it does, man, it feels like you've just unlocked some secret code to instant wealth. But what happens when that excitement turns into a constant, uncontrollable urge to trade? When it stops being about strategy and starts becoming about chasing that next high? First off, let's talk about sleep. Yeah, remember that? You're supposed to get a solid 7 to 8 hours a night, but when you're addicted to trading, sleep is like that forgotten goal you never quite get around to. You're glued to your screen, checking positions, obsessing over the market's every twitch. You tell yourself, just 5 more minutes. But 5 minutes turns into an hour turns into the middle of the night, and before you know it, you've downed your third cup of coffee and the sun's coming up. And you've got to ask yourself, was it worth it? Did the market really need your attention at 3 a.m.? No. But that anxiety you feel when you're not watching the charts? That's the first red flag you're spiraling into something unhealthy. And guess what? Sleep deprivation doesn't make you a sharper trader, it just makes you a tired one. But that's just the start of the problem. Let's talk about the financial toll. You start out with this idea that you're going to build wealth slowly but surely. But as you get deeper into the game, things change. The stakes feel higher. You're no longer trading smart, you're trading desperate. You can wipe out your savings in a matter of days, chasing losses, doubling down on bad trades, all because you're convinced you're just one move away from turning it all around. And what's scarier, you might not even realize it's happening because you're so focused on that next big win. You tell yourself, I'll make it back on the next trade. But spoiler alert, you probably won't. It's a never-ending cycle, and the market doesn't care how much you've lost or how much you need to win it back. The market is indifferent. It'll take from you as much as you're willing to give. And it doesn't stop there. Oh no, there's a personal toll too. Ever notice how your relationships start to crumble like a bad portfolio? You keep telling yourself you'll be more present, that you'll spend time with your family once you've made enough. But enough never comes. Does it? You've become that person who's physically at the dinner table but mentally you're somewhere else. You're distracted, checking your phone under the table, scanning charts instead of listening to what your partner is saying. And what happens when you blow off your friends for the third time in a row? Sorry, guys. I've got something important going on. Yeah, that something important is the market, and newsflash, it doesn't care about your social life. By the time you realize it, you're on your own, staring at a bunch of candles wondering why everyone's mad at you. You push them away, not intentionally, but because trading became more important than people. That's a rough wake-up call. But hey, at least the market's still there for you, right? Cold comfort. Then there's the emotional roller coaster that trading addiction puts you on. One minute you're on top of the world, feeling invincible because you nailed a trade. The next minute, you're questioning your entire life because you lost 3 in a row. You start feeling like your self-worth is tied to how well you trade. A winning streak makes you feel like a genius, but a losing streak? Suddenly, you're doubting every decision you've ever made. And it's not just about the money at that point, it's about proving to yourself that you're right. You've got to ask yourself, when did trading become more about ego than strategy? And how did you let it get this far? And let's not even get started on how easy it is to develop a gambling mindset. You start with solid research, disciplined risk management, maybe even a clear exit strategy. But as the addiction creeps in, all that goes out the window. Suddenly, you're making reckless bets, trying to win back what you've lost, and the thrill of the gamble overshadows any logical thinking. You're no longer trading the market, you're gambling against it. And like any casino, the house always wins. But here's the kicker, you're not just losing money anymore. You're losing time, health, relationships, everything that actually matters, all for a shot at a win that, let's be real, probably isn't coming. By now, you're probably wondering, how did I get here? Well, it starts slow. A few hours of screen time turns into an all-nighter. A couple $100 lost becomes a couple thousand. And then one day, you wake up and realize you've built your life around something that's not even real. Charts, numbers, probabilities, none of it can fill the gap that you've created by neglecting everything else. But by the time you realize that, it might already be too late. That's the dark side of trading addiction. It creeps up on you, slowly erasing everything you value, until all that's left is the market. And trust me, the market doesn't care about you. It doesn't care if you're stressed, tired, or broke. It'll keep moving with or without you. The question is, how long are you going to let it run your life? So, how do we tackle this beast? It's not easy. Trading addiction doesn't just go away because you decide you're done. It starts with awareness. Yeah, I know it sounds obvious, but most people can't even admit they have a problem. Take a moment to ask yourself, am I trading because I want to make money? Or am I trading because I'm addicted to the rush? Be brutally honest with yourself here. Next, you need to set strict trading limits for yourself. And I mean strict. It's not about saying, oh, I'll just trade a little less. That never works. You have to allocate a certain amount of time for trading each day and stick to it. When that timer goes off, you close your platform and walk away. No exceptions, no excuses. If you've already made your gains or losses for the day, stop trading. I can't stress that enough. You think trading more is going to fix the problem, but it's only going to dig a deeper hole. Now, I know what you're thinking, but what if the market does something crazy right after I log off? Honestly, who cares? The market will always be there. If you keep chasing those rare moments, you'll never stop. So instead of chasing trades, channel that energy into something productive. Backtest your strategies, dive into some trading psychology books, or even step away from the charts entirely and do something totally unrelated to trading. It sounds boring, but trust me, it helps break that addiction cycle. Find yourself a trading buddy, or even better, an accountability partner. Trading alone can make things worse, especially when you're trying to fight off addiction. Having someone to share your wins and losses with, someone who can keep you grounded, can be a game changer. It's hard to justify an all-night trading binge when someone else is watching your back. They'll remind you that you're more than just the trades you place, that there's life beyond the charts. Lastly, and this is where it gets tough, you've got to make yourself accountable. You've probably heard this 1,000 times, but if you're serious about becoming a successful trader, you need to learn how to control that burning desire to click the button. No one else can do it for you. The antidote to trading addiction isn't out there in some fancy strategy or guru course. It's within you. Stop looking for someone to give you the cure and start looking within yourself. Because let's face it, if you don't take control now, you'll never be in control. At the end of the day, trading is supposed to be fun, challenging, even rewarding. But it's not supposed to be an addiction. Recognizing the signs of addiction is the first step to breaking free. But once you do, it's all about maintaining balance and discipline. You can still be passionate about trading, but you can't let it consume you. So, let's keep the love for the markets alive without falling into the abyss. If you're serious about improving as a trader, focus on what truly matters: your mental clarity, your financial health, and most importantly, your life outside of trading. Trust me, there's a whole world out there beyond the charts, and you don't want to miss it. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever struggled with trading addiction? How did you pull yourself out? Let's get the conversation going, because you're not alone in this. Until next time, stay smart, stay grounded, and don't let the market own you. Peace out.